It was at the beginning of the 20th century when a German scientist, Alfred Wegener, proposed that the continents of the Earth had been attached together when it first formed, but then drifted in different directions and thus separated as they moved away from each other. This theory of Wegener's was proved in the 1980s. It was found that the 6 major plates and several small ones, which form the crust and the uppermost part of the mantle, were in constant motion. According to the theory called plate tectonics, these plates move about on Earth, carrying continents and the ocean floor with them. This motion has been measured at 1 to 5 centimeters per year. Consequently, this produces a slow change in Earth's geography. Each year, for instance, the Atlantic Ocean becomes slightly wider. Science discovered this only recently. The fact that it was revealed 14 centuries ago in the Quran is, without doubt, another of the book's many miracles. You see the mountains you reckon to be solid, going past like clouds. God referred to the motion of the mountains in the verse of the Quran. Today, scientists use the term continental drift for this motion. It is, without doubt, a great miracle that this scientific fact should have been revealed in the 7th century, when conceptions of the nature of the universe were based on superstition and myth. This is another very important proof that the Quran is the Word of God. The outer layer of the Earth's atmosphere consists of a great many gases, particularly oxygen. However, energy explosions on the Sun cause some of these gases to disperse into space. Researchers have obtained its first concrete evidence thanks to the NASA spacecraft. It was first observed that the Earth experiences a loss of matter from its outer layers on September 24th and 25th, 1998. In other words, this occurred 14 centuries after this information was imparted in the Quran. Don't they see how we come to the land, eroding it at its extremities? These verses may also be referring to the loss of land on Earth in another regard. At the present time, the polar ice caps are melting and the water level in the oceans is rising. As coastal areas come underwater, the land surface or total amount of land is decreasing. The expression, eroding it from its extremities in the verses, may well be pointing to coastal areas being covered by water. God knows best. The British physicist Paul Dirac, who won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1933, made a most important discovery. This finding, known as parity, revealed the duality known as matter and antimatter. Antimatter bears the opposite characteristics to matter. For instance, contrary to matter, antimatter electrons have a positive charge, while protons have a negative electric charge. Nobody was aware of this scientific fact when the Quran was revealed 1400 years ago. Yet, it was clearly revealed in verses that everything in the universe has been created in pairs. A verse in the Quran shows this as follows: "Glory be to him who created all the pairs, from what the earth produces, and from themselves, and from things unknown to them." Up until 20 years ago, it was believed that the smallest particles were the protons and neutrons that comprise the atom. However, advances in science and technology disproved this. It was realized that the atom, regarded as the smallest unit of matter, could be divided into even smaller subcomponents. A specialized branch of physics emerged to study these subparticles and their particular behavior. Particle physics. Particle physics research has revealed that the protons and the neutrons that comprise the atom actually consist of subparticles known as quarks. This fact only emerged in the last century, but it was revealed in the Quran. He is the knower of the unseen, whom not an atom's weight eludes, either in the heavens or in the earth, nor is there anything smaller or larger than that which is not in a clear book. In another verse, God tells us that not even an atom's weight eludes your Lord, either on earth or in heaven, nor is there anything smaller than that, or larger, which is not in a clear book. This verse refers to atom and smaller particles still. The fact that there are even smaller subunits was imparted to humanity in the Quran 14 centuries ago. The 20th century saw a great many new discoveries regarding celestial phenomena in the universe. One of these is the black hole. When a star has consumed all its fuel, it collapses in on itself, eventually turning into a region with infinite density and zero volume and an immensely powerful magnetic field. This is called a black hole. We are unable to see black holes, even with the most powerful telescope, because their gravitational pull is so strong that even light is unable to escape from them. Their presence, however, can be perceived by means of the magnetic effect they have on the surrounding area. In the Quran, God draws attention to this matter in this way. And I swear by the stars' positions, and that is a mighty oath, if you only knew. All stars with large masses set up gravitational fields in space. A black hole constantly increases its density, and thus gravitational attraction, by drawing everything around it, or that passes by it, into itself. In this sense, it resembles a hole in space into which everything around it is pulled. That is why they are known as black holes. This information